That's just my opinion. Must be everybody's. Any awards, I do not believe. But if you're a fan of the series and recognize. Hey, what's going on, Tennessee? How you been, brother? This shit is friggin' huge. My controller's about ready to die on me. Oh, I haven't played this in a while. Okay, that's what I'm how you been? Rebel Rocker, how you doing? Hope all is well. JJ the Pyro, how's it going, man? Working as always. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that myself with my ride, man. I had another rear end go bad on my car. Last time it was my truck, this time it's my car. It's crazy. But I was going down the road and I went over a big bump on a bridge and heard something pop. And I thought it was just like the Watts link because it's famous for going bad and making the same exact sound. So I just kept going. I'm like, you know, it's not an emergency, it's something I can fix later. But come to find out, the whole damn trailing arm on the driver's side had broken too. And it literally, the only thing holding the rear end on the vehicle on that side of the car. And luckily on the highway and stuff, it just felt a little off. So I didn't really check. I thought I knew what it was, but I was wrong. And when I started up my mom's driveway, it's really, really steep. And the rear end started coming off the vehicle. And it comes so far back that it tore the bumper and shit off the car. That's what I heard dragging. I was like, what the hell? And I went out there to my surprise and saw the back tire, you know, back where the license plate should be. I was like, son of a bitch. But I have another one exactly like, well, almost exactly like it to replace it with. It's just been a lot of work to do. Because you literally got to replace the entire rear end on the vehicle, axle and all, or loaded axle is what they call it. Pain in the ass. No, the crazy part about it is it's the way this brace is made. It's got like a cutout in the center where the brake lines and stuff go, and the top of the brace looks like it was cut with the sawzall, and then just the bottom part was left. And because you could tell that the bottom part was broke by stress, the top part, when I looked at it under a magnifying glass, it should have had saw marks on it. So I think that vehicle had been sabotaged by somebody before I bought it. I don't think it's happened within the time frame of my ownership because of the rust buildup, but I do think somebody set somebody up for some failure with that. Because the bump I hit was nowhere near hard enough to break the rear end off the damn vehicle. I was only doing like 25. Shit. I didn't take any 4th of July videos this year, but people did with their phones, but I haven't got around to getting copies of this stuff yet. My budget was just smaller this year, and I had a lot of repeating stuff, so you could, the lack of variety was pretty obvious, but other than that, it was good. I mean, what I had was pretty sweet. I haven't haven't talked to Falling Bomb in a long time. I don't know. I think I might have told him off one morning and I didn't really mean to. I don't know if that was a dream or I really told him off. If I did, I apologize because I didn't mean to be that harsh, but I literally hadn't slept in like a week and finally went to sleep. And I still don't know if I was dreaming or actually talking. I have no idea. But I remember I was pretty shitty. Yeah, have you seen that bullshit with the Nintendo Switch? You cannot get one of the damn things. Ever since the pandemic, they raised the price. People go out and buy up all the systems and turn a $300 game system into a friggin' $600 game system. Some opportunity shit there, man. My daughter wants one and I'm like, shit, 300 is already high for a game system that old in my opinion. But I'm sure as hell not gonna pay $6.
But of course! Fresh ice! For king and country, lend us your strength. But of course!
I'll take care of this, eh? Yeah, man, 600 bucks. I'd like to play some Super Smash Brothers on it and stuff. I've watched it played a million times, but I've never actually played the game. One of the guys I would support on here would just do some crazy marathon streams playing that shit. Yeah, I mean, I like the game, but I don't think I could play it to that degree.
Understood. Got it.
I'll do that more than enough time. I enjoy building computers. Especially if you want something really cool. Yeah, I still like building the boring ones, but I like to put a little bit of something nice onto it too, you know. It's gotta have its personal character. And you don't always have to spend a fortune to do that either. It all depends on what a person wants. My personal recommendation would probably go with two maybe 3-year-old used hardware for some things, and then new for some other things, you know, that's important. You don't really want to go cheap on a power supply being the heart of your computer. You can go with used RAM. You can generally go with the used processor and stuff and save yourself a lot of money. That way you can get a nicer case or cooler fans or, you know, whatever the individual wants. However, that also increases the amount of time that it takes to build the system too, if time is a factor, because it takes a good bit to take, you know, track down deals and shit. A lot of times it's just what you find online. I don't even know what the China situation is like trying to order parts from them anymore. The few companies you could actually order from anyway. A lot of them places sell fake shit like video cards and processors and stuff like that. It looks real, but it's not. Oh, dude, I wouldn't cheat nobody. However, the method of shipment, I suggest you really spring some for the big bucks and have it shipped very carefully, because the post office is just not the way to do it. Well, give me an idea of what you want, or what you need, really, and projected lifespan and stuff like that, and then I can get with you with an estimate, or better yet, you could just tell me what you want to spend and I'll tell you what that'll get. I don't really mind charging for the labor and stuff. Now, one thing about it, I don't really have a distributable copy of Windows 10, but I can get you one. However, it's not going to be, you know. Shoot. What is mine? I would, but it's hard to find when somebody posts an email when you go to look for it later. You have to dig through all the chat. It'd be easier for me to give you mine. Just a second here. I think I misspelled it, so I need to read it exactly. I don't have my computer linked onto this right now. I'm just on the game system. It is WV Explorer EXPLORER 101 at gmail.com.
But of course!
Cool. Yeah, try to give me as much information as possible about your needs and what you wanted to do and capability and all that stuff, so I'll know exactly what to look for, you know? Alright. I'll be looking for it, dude. I look forward to it. Like I said, I actually enjoy doing it. Something I can sit down in a workbench and do, you know. Yep, I got the old axle and stuff out today, but I have to take the disc brakes off and take the drum brakes off the other axle and switch them over and convert it. That's an extra pain in the ass. But I had to have a 36mm socket to take that main nut off, and I don't have one. So tomorrow I'm going to make a trip to the parts store and pick that up. Bad thing about it is I'm pretty sure I still have a socket that big, but I have no idea where it's at. Stuff like that's used so rarely that it gets lost over time, or it does with me anyway. Have a hard time seeing the TV.
Got it. Understood.
Yeah, I tell you what, I want to save up money for my plan for next summer. It's childish maybe, but I had no summer at all this year because of this pandemic shit. And next year I'm going to hook a camper up to my ride, and I'm just going to spend the entire summer traveling, stopping at campgrounds and stuff along the way. I'm not going to come back till fall. Probably need to stick to mostly on the East Coast and hit amusement parks and stuff like Kings Island and Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens and Dollywood and Cedar Point. Just spend a few weeks at each. Some of them have some pretty nice campgrounds and shit. I don't know, it's just kind of my happy place, I guess. It's something I've done since I was a little kid. And after this year, I could use a good dose of happy place.
Inferno slash! Now! Inferno slash! Flame slash! But of course!
Got it.
Understood. Inferno slash!
There should be a better marker to show the ones that's under my control and the enemy. So at least have a different color or some shit. Yeah, I think one of them pop-up campers with a good AC unit on it would be, you know, plenty. Some of those are pretty nice. And they're pretty lightweight, I think. A lot of mountains around this part of the country, and you know, it kills a vehicle pulling them up and down. Unless it's a big truck or something. And I don't want to pay the gas mileage to drive once something like that. I did that one time. It was horrible. I had a Dodge Dakota, but it had the 318 Magnum in it, and I took it to the amusement park. Took my family there in Ohio. It was 277 miles each way, and I spent like $300 in gas. I was like, holy shit. In a 4-cylinder car and stuff, or you know, a modern vehicle more or less, I'll spend about $25-30 to make that same trip. A hell of a lot better than 300. I drove a really crappy little shit, what is that little turd-mobile? It was a I can't remember the car because it had no options whatsoever. It was ridiculous, but the Kia something or another, and it was like a stripped down model, uncomfortable as all get out, but it went all the way to Cedar Point, which is like a 7.5 hour drive from here, and it used like $25 in gas. I took a Chrysler 200, and that's the smaller car, you know, with the V6, or it might have even been a 4-cylinder. I don't remember, but the same trip cost $200 in the Chrysler. I'm like, holy shit. Hey Randy Matthew, how you been, man? I've just been working on my car as always. I ended up breaking the rear axle on it. Working on repairing that shit. It's good times, man. But you know, these things happen. It's just a lot of work to get it back to normal. I usually like to have a backup ride for just this occasion, but I do not at the moment, so I have to get this one going. I hate it when it's a have to. I like working on cars and stuff, but I don't enjoy it when it's a have to situation, you know? That just sucks all the fun out of it. It's Dragon Quest, something about the woe of the world tree. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You just go from place to place fighting these things and shit. Not really a role-playing game. I mean, Dragon Quest is a role-playing game, but not in this. Just can't see the map from where I'm at, it's my problem. The TV's wall mounted, and it's like on the other side of the friggin' room. Think about it, I should get a good exploration of the area. Alright. I thought I showed something on the map here. Damn it. Keep trying to attack my own shit.
Inferno slash! Inferno slash! Zap! Inferno slash!
Got it.
But of course!
Got it.
Understood.
The horse shit.
Ha, got it. Ha.
What's up, Scroticus? Alright then. What's that dog of yours? Kitty, huh? Huh. Yeah, this Australian Shepherd puppy's a handful. She chews and eats everything she comes in contact with. From your shoes to your laptop charging cable, it don't matter.
Be lucky.
Hello, duckling. See you soon.
And what can I do for you? Ready? Choose wisely now. Choose wisely now. Let's see what we can do.
Oh, what's up, Pyro? Yeah, I'm all down for talking to Pyro. Did you guys get anything really special this year that you really like? I was really on a comic and anything with a tail kick this year for some reason. I just really like them.
Ready? Choose wisely now. Let's see what we can do. Success!
Nice.
Choose wisely now. Let's see what we can do. Success! Do come again.
Hello there. See you later.
Watch out!
That was a sturdy stick, alright. Hey, Pyro, how you been, man? Been crafting anything special lately? Oh, hell, I know you've been building something.
Wow!
Welcome, child. Let us pray. Goddess speed. Welcome, child. Let us pray. Goddess speed.
Alrighty then. Man, that it does. Like I said, I don't know if you was there earlier, but next summer I'm gonna hook up my pop-up camper to my cart, and I'm just gonna stay gone the whole damn summer and stay at campgrounds. If the stuff is gone by then, and I hope by next summer it is, because this summer has really sucked for everybody in every way. Even if you didn't get sick, everything being shut down and you go to do anything is a complete pain in the ass. I never did get that friggin' $1,200 stimulus check, and you try to get a hold of the IRS to ask them why, and they won't talk to you about the stimulus check, and you won't be able to get a hold of a person anyway. So it's just like, okay. And the online thing has nothing. And I know I qualify, you know, file taxes, everything like that. Never got it. I knew people that live under bridges and shit that got it, but you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Pyro dude? Oh shit. Yeah, just sitting there chilling. It's been a while since I got on, man. I haven't been gaming much, you know, you gotta be a certain mood for gaming, or at least I do. It's my ship, so I'll just open here. Alright. You know, that's a capital idea, my friend, capital idea. Yeah, it's funny, my daughter, when I do see her, she usually brings me snacks, man, and she brought me, like, she goes to Sam's Club a lot, and she bought one of these gigantic boxes of Rice Krispie treats, and I've had those sitting around the house in every variety you can think of forever. It's like, man. But I know yours are good because I seen you make them. Indeed, man. Oh, hell, it is like, what, Friday night, isn't it? Oh, shit. About ready to find myself a frozen pizza to slam in the oven kind of stage here, man. Working on that fucking car all day, and I can't find a friggin' 36mm socket. And even though I guarantee I have one, but I have no idea where. It wouldn't be worth the time to find it. I moved like 3 times in a matter of a couple of months, and during that everything got boxed up, and I found some things are still boxed up somewhere. And then add remodeling to it, and then moving other stuff around. I've got to the point where I have no idea where shit's at. I look in my own basement and find surprises. I'm like, cool, I didn't know I had one of those. Kind of like you cleaning out the pyro cave and of yours and finding all that shit. I'm like, damn, man.
The monsters will get bogged down too.
Shrewd thinking indeed, brave guardians. Then let us use these sluggish sand.
That's sweet, man. So you think it's gonna be a really good year, huh?
If only we had some form of footwear.
Say you're due for one, man. Last year wasn't bad, but your health problems, you know, held you back a lot on that one, I'm sure. That, and I guess a lot of it's just up to weather, too. I haven't really seen any on the news, I don't think. Sweet. Yeah, I didn't even think about stuff like forest fires being a factor. Even though West Virginia is mostly a forest, I guess the amount of rain we get and everything, just forest fires. I mean, they happen from time to time, but not very often. Nowhere near on the kind of scale you guys out west had them either. All that ash and stuff just burns them up. But yeah, I never even considered that being a factor. I'm like, damn.
Their numbers are thinning, friends, but we shall not rest until our last steed is defeated.
Oh man, that's how it should be for everyone, my friend. I'd love to have that shit going on in my backyard. And I got a crazy amount of room to do it in too. But there's still like Gestapo style on that shit around here.
But of course, fresh ice.
Oh, that's cool.
Sing for joy, friends! Victory is ours!
Oh man, that's cool. I love peanut shells. That's one of my favorites. Good double, good triple. Just amplifies, you know, space, you know. The good ones, you can double your firepower by yourself so by torpedo shells is what I like about them. Plus I like the one go with the boom and then the other have it just color or something. Anything that has a deep blue or purple, I gotta say it's one of my favorite pirate colors too. I paid a fortune one time for a black cat cake called purple or magenta nights or something like that, and I thought it'd be really cool because it was a huge zipper cake and it sucked balls. That's when I quit buying black cat cakes. I respect the brand and what it used to be, but today it's just a bunch of overpriced crap, in my opinion. The only thing I think they really did was great was bottle rockets and firecrackers, and that got nerfed to death. But there's something about the Black Cat logo, you know, it's just like, damn. But now every time I go into a Black Cat, the place feels so corporatized, I don't even like to buy from them. I really don't. I told you guys about my experience down there in Charlotte. I hadn't been to Carowinds in several years, and there were some really good fireworks stores down there if you drove past the main part of the city, right? Some of the places out of the way, some of the places that had some pretty nice backroom stuff, shit of that nature, right? So I go down there and get some good stuff. A little high on the prices, I thought, but you know, still retail. And didn't go back for a few years. I don't remember how many years it was. Not too many. But there in town, you had the corporate places like Black Cat and Area 51 and all that other shit. And Area 51 don't seem to be that bad if you understand their discount system, but that's a whole different thing. But I come back and all those little mom and pop shops were gone. I had literally crumbled. Some of them had weeds and shit growing up through them. I was like, damn. But I did find some of their stock in some of the other fireworks stores in the area that were still in business. The really expensive tourist trap fireworks stores, you know. Speaking of those, Sandusky, that one there takes the cake. I wouldn't even stop in that place, man. Last time I walked in there, I walked in, done a 360, turn around and walk right out after I looked at the price tags. I was like, oh hell no. You can buy big stuff in Hawaii cheaper than their prices was. And you guys know how much shit costs in Hawaii. Alright, am I back? I don't know. My controller battery went dead. I had to switch to number 2. Hell man, it's a good time to be building. If you pay attention to everything that's going on, you'll lose your mind, trust me, I know. There's just too much every day, it's some other thing. I don't know, man. I don't think it has much to do with political other than the fact that there needs to be a universal federal thing, you know. There really needs to be set limitations that the entire country has to observe so we can get done with this shit and quit piddling around with it. And I think everybody's done with it, right? I'm tired of hearing about it, tired of thinking about it, tired of it affecting every damn thing you go to do. Hell, my driver's license expired last month. I still haven't got them renewed because it's not possible. Right now it takes an average of 2 to 3 months just to get an appointment to the DMV. My daughter's trying to get her driver's license. She's got to wait like 2.5 months just to get the opportunity to try. Not to mention what it did to her graduation. I felt bad about that. And then family vacation being canceled and shit. It's been a complete shitty year. And I know it's selfish to a degree to think about that kind of shit when people are, you know, fighting for their life and stuff that are really sick, but it just pisses everybody off. Don't need anything that makes life harder, you know what I'm saying? Got my hands full of shit the way it is, you know? Hush, Poppy. Ain't no need for that.
But of course.
Got it. Understood.
Huh. Nobody can pick that up. That's a pity. No, not coronavirus and shit, because it mutates too much. You can cure the cold, but it's never the same cold twice. That's the whole issue. I don't know how this thing functions, because I've heard everything, and, you know, everything in between. The scientists don't even know what they're talking about, and I find that a little disturbing, man. I thought we had better medical research and stuff than what apparently we do. I thought we were more advanced than this. I really did. I listen to these people talk and I'm like, damn, they don't know shit. You can tell when somebody don't know what the fuck they're talking about. At least I can for the most part. Yeah, I remember, man. I got called to the school for my daughter missing 5 days because they said if your kid was sick, you know, with the flu or anything, to keep him home, and she got sick, so I kept her home for an entire week. They wanted me to come down and talk to the principal on why she was absent and shit. And I'm like, it's right in the middle of that swine flu and stuff. There's literally orders on the TV from the president and governor and everything. If you're sick, keep your child home, all that. And I get called down there and I'm like, I got a straight A student. I'm like, you would be damn, lucky to have more of them. I'm like, she brings up the grade point average of this whole friggin' school. I'm like, and you call me down here and waste my time? I didn't cuss or anything, but I guarantee they never call me back to the school ever again. Can't really be too shitty in those situations, but I like making the other person feel stupid, and then I don't want that situation. Sometimes these schools and shit like that, they got way too much damn power. They think they own your damn child to tell you what to do with your own children. That ain't gonna fly, man. Or whatnot, but when it comes to their safety and shit, that's my decision. I don't give a damn what their decision is. My decision is the one that matters. Luckily, I don't have to deal with that, man. 'Cause my daughter, she's moved away and old enough to do what she wants. Not in, grade school. I don't know what the college is gonna do, because they say something different now, like every week. The SARS virus, the S9 or shit like that, same class, different virus though. Coronavirus is crown from the little spiky things that they have on them. I say that's what makes them so good to attach them to shit. It's that spiky structure, really. At the end of every one of them spikes, the protein or whatever it is like a key that just interlocks with your cells, and where it's got so many of them little spikes, it's got a really high success rate of latching on the cells. That's what makes it so virulent. This shit looks designed. I don't know if I buy into the conspiracy theories or any of the other stuff, but it looks like a designer virus to me. It doesn't look like something naturally occurring. But that's just from what I pick up, I have no evidence of that, but it seems like something that was engineered. That, or it's really just our species' first experience with this type of virus. Is why it's so weird. But I don't know why people's symptoms are all over the place, depending on the person, Some people don't even know they're sick. Some people that are marathon runners and shit are dead in a week. Some people that are shitty in health are fine, but they still, get everything from a headache to explosive diarrhea and everything in between. It's the randomness of how it affects each person that really blows my mind. Yeah, the pyro flu, it'll leave you broke, man, that's for sure. Well, coronavirus is completely different than a flu virus. Structure, everything, the way it attaches, its, virulent, its transmission rate and everything like that. But the virus structure itself is something that's completely different. Being a rhinovirus, but coronaviruses are really common in animals, like house pets, stuff like that. They've dealt with coronaviruses and stuff for, hundreds if not thousands of years. And you think that, as close proximity as people is to cats and dogs, that we've been exposed to it as well, you would think. But apparently you're not supposed to go in caves and pull out bats, if you believe that story, or if you believe the lab story, or fuck, who knows? That's the whole thing that gives me a headache about it. It's like choose your own friggin' adventure. Remember those books when you were a kid that you'd mark the page and go check, see, if you got killed or not in the story? That's what it feels like. Just choose your own fucking reality, and who knows if you're right. It's just like, okay. I'm just tired of it. It's like being stuck in a game show with no fucking prizes. It's not. It's lost its entertainment value. I don't know, man. I don't think things would be on this worldwide scale to affect one country's elections. Just wouldn't make sense. You're not going to get all the nations of the world to coordinate on this virus and all this stuff if it wasn't something that was for real. Now I'm sure it'd be politicized the hell out of, I'm sure, but I still think China attacked us with this shit is my theory. I don't have any way of proving it or anything, but that's what I feel, because we were really hurting them with the trade embargoes and the tariffs and all that other stuff, and all of a sudden a killer virus comes out of a town in China that has a weapons lab for viruses. Damn, man. But yet it comes from eating a bat. Chinese people eat shit like that all the time, so why would this be any different? No, man. But I know from looking at your stuff, dude, a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is identical from the stuff that I find here on the East Coast. And I think that's a trip, because you could tell they were influenced or made by the same people. It's like that place in Ohio, Fort Ancient. They don't even know who the people were. It's so old, but it was a gigantic complex and stuff at one time. You could still walk the mounds and the imprint and stuff, and it definitely, when you're there, it gives you an Incan vibe, man. I really get the feeling that it was the people that eventually moved into South America and started the Incan or Aztec Empire, is what I believe. Because that's what it looks like. Just maybe thousands of years earlier, you know. I don't know what made them move south. Probably that disaster like 14,000 years ago. Something happened here on the planet that wiped out just about everything. It was a great extinction, but they don't really talk about that one in school that much or at all. But it was the one that got rid of the saber-tooths, most of the mammoths, most of them, and all them giant, you know, creatures that died out. That's what got them, the Younger Dryas event. They say it knocked people down worldwide to, I think, maybe 3,000 people or so. They don't know, but they say the gene pool got really, really small. And it took thousands of years to repopulate, but I think we kind of lost our own history as far as the planet goes, and as long as mankind's been here, we really have no clue. We're a species with amnesia. That's a trip. We know some of our past, but not much. Take it easy, Tennessee, man. Be careful. That's the kind of stuff I'm interested in, bro. I'd like to know about the prehistory shit, the stuff they don't teach you. I ain't talking about UFOs or any of that crazy shit. I'm just talking about real, you know, ancient history. And for whatever reason, the academics do not want to change what are in those books. They do not. They want to keep teaching and believing the same stuff, even if it's proven wrong. And that infuriates me. Oh yeah. There's a place in, I think it was North or South Carolina, that they said was an Incan Aztec or Incan temple that they found in the woods. And the government blocked off that whole friggin' area and won't allow nobody in there. Supposedly, I haven't been there, but I've heard and seen on TV that it's patrolled by black government vehicles, and they flew over it with an airplane with LiDAR and scanned it, and the LiDAR scan looked just like what you would see in South America with the terraces and the pyramids and everything, but it's in North Carolina. And then they have the snake mounds and stuff, the same type that they have down in South America. I do love it, man. But now around here, if they catch you doing it, oh my, they will find the shit out of you. They passed an Antiquities Act around here. I don't even think you're allowed to pick them up off your own property. You sure as hell can't go along the river and do it anymore. Alright, man, I'll get to you as soon as possible about it. Yeah, I'll hook you up with something cool. And affordable. Oh yeah, man. I watched a documentary a few months ago, and I was trying to sleep, about an Aztec culture down there that had green obsidian. And just because their obsidian was green and you couldn't find this type of obsidian anywhere else, it made that place rich. And that was all over that, man. It was like one of the richest places there. All about the green, man. And, oh yeah, there was another part to that. This, obsidian that I'm talking about that they built, I don't remember what city it was. It might have been Tintinishu or one of them, I don't know. I can't pronounce that shit. But it had that special green obsidian, and they found an arrowhead made out of that same green obsidian. I think it was in Yellowstone or Yosemite Park. And the, rangers and stuff confiscated it from the tourists and took control of it, and it's disappeared since. It's like me when I was a kid in grade school. I found part of a meteorite, and I didn't know it was a meteorite. To me, it just looked like a melted rock with a bunch of other rocks. And I took it to school to show my teacher, because I thought it looked volcanic, you know, that's what I was thinking. And he took it and never brought it back, and he's like, nah, it wasn't volcanic. And that's all I ever heard about my rock, and I never got it back. And later on in life, I learned how valuable meteorites and shit actually are. It's like, that son of a bitch probably made thousands of dollars off of stealing a rock off a kid. That's cool, man. We don't find a lot of obsidian here in West Virginia. We do get a lot of flint, though. Just about everything here is flint based. Some of the stuff I found is carved, or said we found. My whole family used to hunt for this stuff. But some of them are carved out of quartz, which is pretty rare, and a few other different types of stones, but I don't think we have any obsidian. Not in this part of the country. West Virginia is mostly sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. We don't have a lot of igneous rocks or anything like that at all here. Cool, man. Yeah, I didn't know until later on in life how valuable meteorites are. I mean, several years ago, I was looking at the list of, I think it was 10 most rich people in the United States, and it was like number 5 or 6 was a guy that started flying ultralight there in the deserts in New Mexico and Arizona and places like that where it's flat. He would just land when he would see a crater and dig that stuff up and pick it up most of the time and sell it to universities and museums and stuff, and he's like the 5th richest man in the world from doing that. That's been a long time ago though, but I thought, hell, I could do that. Yeah. The metallic ones and stuff, but you've seen them, the ones that light up real pretty and shit when they slice them, those are the ones that are worth big money. Of course, I guess any of them could be depending on where it came from and all that. They think that's what happened during that young group Trias event I was talking about. Either an asteroid or comet hit, I think it was Greenland, and we're just now finding it under the ice sheet and stuff since it's receding.
Hello there. See you later.
This game's just a beat 'em up, I do believe. You might want to go out there and collect it. You could be setting on some serious cash. Just don't lose that other case knife when you're out there running around, bro. I don't think I got another one like that. That was pretty crazy. You told me you lost your knife, so I gave you one of mine, and it was the exact same knife you had lost. And you never told me what your knife was or anything. I thought that was cool. I got just one of them meant to be kind of things. My father-in-law, he collected all kinds of knives and stuff, and when he passed away, he wanted me to have him, and I just had boxes and boxes of pocket knives and stuff. But it was crazy that I selected one that, you know, because you never told me what it was. Man, I'm not familiar with pocket knives and stuff. You know anything about them? Because some of these I have might be pretty valuable. I don't know really anything about them. But some of them are pretty fancy. A lot of that, what do you call it, like tortoise shell kind of a handle. I've seen, I can't really look at them unless I put my glasses on most of them to see what the brands are. Some Red Ryder stuff, some, you know, some case stuff. Case stuff pretty much all, I think, Tree brand and a few other different types that are in there. I don't know. Mostly stuff from the 40s and 50s, I think. Paraloid. Oh, I got 2-liter of Mountain Dew here, man, standing by as always. You know this. I drink way too much Mountain Dew, but I don't care anymore.
Well, of course! Crushed ice!
I went from a person that wouldn't even drink caffeine to like overloading on the shit.
Go for! Go for! Crushed ice!
Oh man, now I cannot deal with some diet shit. I could not. And Mountain Dew has this brand, shit, I don't know what it's called. It's like their zero version. It's not diet, it's something else, but it's basically worse than diet. And they made the damn wrap look just like the regular. And I picked that shit up a couple of times by mistake, and they're still rolling around in my car to this day. I opened one time out of desperation, and because I was thirsty, it stuck out somewhere, and yeah, I was like, oh my god, I'd rather be thirsty. Hell, the first time I ever drank Diet Coke as a kid, I remember that, man, 'cause it was in the 80s. Yeah, my friends were out riding bikes, you know, 'cause kids went outside then, and we got hot, and we stopped at his house, and his mom had bought some Diet Coke, because back then, you know, Diet Coke was a mom's drink. I mean, that commercial is true on that one. And, poured me a glass of this shit, and I don't care what it is, it's cold at this point after riding out in the sun all day. And I drank it, and it made me puke. Like, oh my god. I don't see how people drink it, I really don't. I would rather not drink anything at all if I had to just drink diet. Like if I was diabetic or something and couldn't drink it, I'd just be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want that. Water is better than that shit, man. God. Saw this shit, man. It's happened a couple years ago, but it's still funny to this day. Me and my brother were out doing something in my truck, and it's just me and him and the wiener dog I had. She liked to ride on the center console, you know, in my Dodge Dakota. And I had no money at all, and I stopped at a place and got a couple sodas for me and my brother, and that was like it. And it was hot as hell like that, and we're thirsty, and some jackass pulled out in front of me and caused me to lock on the brakes. And when I locked on the brakes, it launched the wiener dog that was on the console like a little rocket, straight into the dash, head first. But as the dog is flying through the air, she sticks her tongue out straight down the bottle of my brother's freshly opened cold soda. Like the split second before she slammed into the dash head first, she got that tongue straight in his soda. And that shit was, I mean, I felt, the dog was okay and everything. I felt better about, you know, her going head first into the dash, but just for her to be able to nail that soda in midair, like that was her biggest concern at that moment, you know. It was hilarious. I had to take them weenie dogs with me everywhere I went, man. I tried one time to put him in the bathroom just long enough to go to Walmart, because if I left them by themselves, they would chew the electrical cords off of anything they come in contact with, including the TV, you know, DVD player, anything like that. They would chew it up out of spite because you left them at home. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put them in the bathroom. There really ain't nothing they can destroy in here. I was wrong. I went to Walmart and I wasn't gone more than an hour, and I came home and the weenie dogs greeted me at the door, And, you know, I locked them in the bathroom. Well, not locked them, but put them in the bathroom. And they chewed through the fucking wall, man. They went through the sheetrock, through the insulation, and through the other sheetrock. Then I had a giant weenie dog size hole to fix because my weenie dog was really grossly overweight. One of them was, anyway. She lived to a good old age, though. I think she was about 17. Miniature wiener dogs live a long time, they do. They're like one of the longest lives of the miniature dogs. Because most miniature dogs have shorter lifespans. Not weenie dogs though. Oh dude, she flew into the dash like a fucking torpedo. I don't know what made me catch all this in my vision, you know, why I'm slamming on the brakes, but I seen it all like it was in slow motion, and that tongue just going down this soda bottle, and my brother's face just going, oh. It's one of them things that you'll have locked in your memory forever. It was hilarious. It'll be my luck when I die, some shit like that will be my last thought. Oh, dude, you can't help but just smile when you look at a weenie dog. That's what I love about them. My little grubby dog's so cute. You guys seen my pyro puppy video. She went from having the black stripes and stuff in her to almost pure white. She gets dirty really easy. She's a snoozing now. That Australian Shepherd really wears her out because she's like twice or 3 times bigger, but my little dog keeps up with her.
Choose wisely now. Let's see what we can do.
A buddy tail. Okay, what the hell is this?
Choose wisely now. Let's see what we can do.
That's sweet. Yeah, we got black cats here. We actually got a name for these cats because I don't know where they came from, but they're Burmese, which is not really that common around here. And they're purebred, and they just kind of showed up where somebody dropped them off. We call them Egyptian slinker cats because that's what they look like. But every one of them has got the sweetest fucking personality. They're dog-like in their behavior instead of being like a cat, you know. They're a lot more loyal and friendly than most cats are, which is cool. My brother's got one that he named him Junior, and that cat just lives to lay on its back and get its belly rubbed. I mean, that's what that cat would spend the rest of his life doing. And he's fat as mud, but that's the way he likes it. Now that cat's dad, that's what they call him, Junior, he is nowhere near as fat, but he goes outside and does stuff. The fat one don't. He's content just to stay indoors. Hell yeah, man. He's out there eating some leaves, getting his munchies on, and grubbing down on some bugs. Oh, this cat here, man. As soon as you touch him, he flips over on his back, and he won't bite you or scratch you or anything like most cats, you know, when you rub their belly. He'll just sit there and hold his paws up in the air, and sometimes he'll start kneading thin air, and then sometimes he'll start biting thin air and start snapping it, but he never tries to bite you or anything. But he just loves it. He'll sit there all damn day if you do it. You gotta like a cat like that, man. It's just really sweet. Here in the country at Boom Ridge is bad for people. It's got a wide spot on a one-lane road, and people stop there and toss their unwanted cats out. And unfortunately, it happens a lot. And it gets to be hard taking them to the vet to get them fixed. I think so far we took close to 10 cats. You know, we don't have 10 cats, but we took close to 10, I think, to the vet to get them fixed so far, but they keep coming. How's your dog doing, man? You said she was, you know, she hasn't had any of them weird seizures or any of them incidents again? I didn't even want this little puppy of mine, this Shih Tzu, but the cuteness just got me with them big eyes of hers. But she's such a little foo-foo dog, but she's cute as hell. And smart. She's very smart. You can tell with them big eyes on that dog exactly what it's thinking. Well, that's good, man. That shit would be scary. Yeah, I didn't want the dog to begin with, and now where it spends all its time with me, I've got really close to it. It's always by my side, but it always stays on my left side, which I think is strange. And then the cat always stays on the right. And they do not switch places, which I think is really odd. Oh, damn. I hate to see anything like that. I got one cat that has random seizures out of the blue, but it might just be once a year, maybe once every couple. I mean, that I see it happen. Who knows how many times it actually happens, but it's a very rare occurrence. I've seen her like on top of a CD rack where she likes to lay, just have one and completely fall off about 5 feet, hit the floor and bounce and not even wake up, you know, still sitting there twitching and shit. That's the cat that ain't never been right in the head anyway. But she still keeps on kicking. I believe when you get a pet, you know, it's a lifetime commitment if you can, and I would seriously love to get rid of that fucking cat, but it's such a horrible cat, nobody else will want it, so if I get rid of her, it's a death sentence. And I feel guilty about that, so I'm stuck with this shitty cat. Huh. I bet, man. The cat's probably concerned where the cat was raised with that dog. It's a member of its family. They get concerned, man. Where I raised that kitten that I found in the pile of cinder blocks and this puppy together at the same time, that cat will sit on top of this puppy and groom her hair for 30 minutes or more and get it out of her eyes, and you know, tries his best to keep this white puppy clean, and I think that's cute. And they play together all the time because they're about the same size, really. I left them at the house, man. I'm not even home here. I'm at my mom's place now. That's where my car's parked. I can't really do surgery on my ride in the middle of town where I live because it's like right on Main Street. I mean, I could do it if I had to, but I don't really like everybody in the town fucking gawking at you when you're out there working on your shit. Now, if you got your hood popped and you're actually doing something to it, people look at you strange, like, what? Everybody just takes their stuff to the shop. I've been to some of the shops around here, and the guys know less than I do, and I'm like, I'm not paid you to work on my rack. That's not that old, man. That sucks. I mean, I'm glad she's not that old, but it's bad she's having problems like that. Mostly, like 16, you know, something like that. You start having seizures and shit. But I don't know much about your dog being it's a pit bull, isn't it? Or part pit bull or something. That's cool, man. I miss my cat, my Tigger bear, man. That was my big giant orange tabby cat. My ex took him with her. I don't care what people say about them dogs. Some people have prejudice against pit bulls, but if they're raised right, they could be one of the best dogs you've ever had. Hell, I took care of the neighbor's dog, and it loved me, even protected me when need be, just because I was nice to it. And I'm like, shit, these dogs get a bad rap because people won't make them that way, you know? It ain't the dog's fault people abuse them until they lose their fucking mind. I think the oldest cat I ever had was 18, man. I had a dog and a cat, and a stray cat showed up, and it had some kind of a, call it the plague cat in memory, but it had big boils and sores and shit on it. And as soon as it got up there where my cat was, you know, the cat's gonna run the foreign cat off and fight with it. And being an old cat, he got infected and infected the dog. That really sucked. Damn. That's still very old for a cat, man. Cats have pretty quick beating hearts, and the faster you're... It depends on the size of the cat. Bigger cats live longer, or they should, scientifically. Cats' hearts beat pretty rapid there. When they're awake, that's why they spend so much time sleeping. So I guess if you got a fat cat that lays around and sleeps a lot, it could be an older, actually live longer than a more athletic cat. That's been my experience anyway. The ones you think, you know, overweight is going to die because of it, they end up outliving the cats that are in good shape. Shit. That's cool, man. You can't ask for a better life than that, being a, you know, a pet. That's good, man. That little gray cat that I rescued out of the cinder block, he knows that, you know, who saved him. He's been loyal to me ever since. It actually gets on my nerves because he always wants to be up on me and stuff. And he wants to get right in my damn face and just headbutt you and nuzzle and shit. And that's alright for a few minutes, but you know, damn. I love the little guy, but that's what he thinks his name is, where I start calling him little guy. His name's actually Cinder, because where I pulled him out of a block of cinder blocks. He was so small, he was hiding up in the holes of the cinder blocks. He come out screaming when I walked by. I was like, shit, I don't need a kitten, but damn, I can't leave it. Oh, it's funny, man. I don't care if I get up 100 times to go take a piss at any hour in the night, and the dog and the cats are dead asleep. They all escort me to the bathroom in a little line, and the dog will stand behind me, and the cats all jump in the bathtub. And, you know, I got my back turned doing my business. Every time I turn around, there's like 3 cat heads in the bathtub just looking at me, waiting on me to come over there and pet them. And they like to roll around in the tub, which I think is so strange. It doesn't matter if it's wet or damp or anything like that. They'll still jump in there. I had one cat that done that because she's a Norwegian forest cat, and she's literally got 3 coats of hair on this cat. And she's got these gigantic snow feet, and her skin is actually solid black, which I thought was really weird. But she stays in the bathroom a lot because the old metal bathtub stays cool, and she likes to lay on it because she stays hot all the time, even with the AC and shit. She's like made for the snow and whatnot. But since she would get her patents and stuff in the bathtub, all the other cats learned that, and they jump in there and want their turn. And I'm like, good God, it's a crazy routine. Hey, what's happening, Pyro Nation? How you been, man? You look busy by the amount of videos you've been putting out lately. Been playing with a lot of pyro. That's always sweet. I see that, man. You're doing well. It looks like that's good. I know this pandemic doesn't make business any easier. That's for damn sure. Everything you go to do these days is a pain in the ass. I think it's got to be the universal excuse too. Well, because of the virus, everything's behind. Because of the virus, because of the virus, because of the virus. And it's like, shit. I mean, yeah, it might be because of the virus, but I'm tired of hearing about it. But I'm talking about it now, so shit, you know, that's kind of a negative thing. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, man. Economically, if stuff gets bad, it'll be worse than the virus. Because once people get broke and get desperate, that's when people get ugly. That's where bad shit happens. Yeah, it's nice to have a place out of the way, man. I live right in the middle of town, but it's like not very many people in this town, you know, it's just along the river. But then my parents and stuff here have a large plot of property and stuff that's a families that I can get out of town, which is nice. It's like a place with a small yard that most of the time you spend your time indoors, because if you're doing something, whatever it is, the people are always just looking at you, and I hate that. I guess it's from growing up in the country and shit, but when I hear other people in the middle of the night, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But living in town, it might just be somebody walking down the sidewalk. That's enough to make me get up and go look to see who it is. And, that's hard to get used to. Much better in the country. It's like if I hear somebody here in the country, I know, hell, you're not supposed to be here. Living in town, you hear other people all the time, because the houses are really close together, because it's all perched above the river on a mountain, like I guess you'd call it a ridge, more or less. The whole town is, which is really pretty. It's a nice place to live and whatnot, but yeah. Houses are super close. They're so close, I haven't let off any fireworks at all, other than a few fountains and, you know, strobes and stuff that didn't make any noise in the 7 years that I've been there. That, and I got like this evil Smurf lady that lives next door that loves to call the cops. Fireworks are legal, you know, but it don't matter. They'll still be there. Everybody does, they always call the cops, I heard gunshots, I heard gunshots, you know, that's what they always say. Of course, the police station is just down at the end of the block from my house, and I swear I heard one of them out there light a salute. In their parking lot. Had somebody with a salute in their parking lot at like 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. It's a Dragon Quest Woe of the World True. It's not really a Dragon Quest RPG, it's just like a RPG slash fighting game kind of thing. I don't know. But it's got all the characters and stuff from the series. If you played Dragon Quest and stuff.
Understood.
I know it's big in Japan. I grew up playing Dragon Quest games.
Understood.
But they were RPGs, you know, not like this. Sweet, man. For me, like I said, this year's been the year of the comics. I've wanted a lot of comic tales and strugglings, you know, stuff like that. Every year, it's like I'll always get a lot of one or two specific things, it seems. Guess it's just whatever I'm in the mood for that year, you know. Be good if I could keep pyro, but I'm a burner. I don't get involved with collecting and stuff though, because I know how expensive that hobby is. And it's like, I don't even want to let that be, you know, get that started. I know what I need to do. I need to target this dude's eyeballs with something a little bit bigger, I do believe. Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere here. Camera angle somewhat, yeah. Or it might just be me, I don't know. Yeah, this is the ticket right here. Yeah, smile. Shit, hit the wrong button. Fire's O button. Okay. Unusual fire button. Right, and the kiss it. Right, I only got 3 rounds. So I'll have to find another one. Get off before he kills me. Ah, they are on the map. Alrighty then, so let's take him back this way. Oh, I get so turned around on this freaking game, man. That's my biggest problem. Oh shit. I think it's the camera angle though. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. Probably just me being tired and old. Oh shit. Oh crap. I'm just trying to make my way to the stairs, fellas. Damn. Thank you, little squid thing. Where the hell is it? Come over here, dude. the back of the head.
Here we go!
Shit, I think this is the one I've already been to. No, it's loaded, damn. Shit, if the camera would cooperate with this game, it would be so much better. That sucks, man. Here I haven't had that problem, and we've been getting a lot of rain from that storm, or whatever the name of it was, I forgot. Aw, shit. I didn't know what the objective actually was. Cool, man. I like one of each. I like those with the color and then the boom. Those double troubles were pretty nice, but I think I only had like 1 or 2 boxes of them, and I think out of the couple boxes I had 3 or 4 of them fail. And I hate when the color goes off and you have a salute land somewhere near you, and it's like, oh shit, I heard that land. Is it still lit? Oh man, you know. I'm sure you guys have all been there. That sucks. I think the last 4th of July, the only thing we had is one of my buddies fired one of those painkiller rockets out of something that wasn't stable. I think my brother said he hit him in the shoulder with it. And then one of them exploded and hit him. I would never buy those rockets again. They wasn't bad for the price. I mean, when they worked, but the failure rate was insane. Dangerous too. I had more than a few of them, a way higher number than what should have been, anyway, from my experience. And the damn warhead would go off, or the burst charge, before the motor would ignite on the launch pad. And that really sucked when the burst charge blew it off of the stick, and then the rocket charge kicks in and starts going all over the friggin' place. And you think out of a giant field of all the places this could go in a almost a 360 environment, it wouldn't go after you. That's amazing phenomenon. Out of all the areas a lot of this shit could fly, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna come towards you or one of your buddies. It's like, damn. It does seem like they have a mind of their own sometimes. You remember those multi-break shells that look like a stick of dynamite flying through the air? They had little breaks, but they weren't bad. They had a high failure rate. And one of them landed behind my buddy, and it was blowing up as he was running away from it, and it was keeping up with him. Like every time one of the charges would burst on the ground, it would jump towards him right at his ankles, like the whole way. Hey Tan, how's it going? Oh, I'm just chilling. Relaxing after fully working with my car and stuff. I got held up because I needed a 36 millimeter and I do not have one. I'm gonna have to... Buddy of mine's supposed to stop at the parts store in the morning and get one. If he can. Gotta have him to take the hubs off. Wouldn't be that bad of a job if I just had to switch the axles, but the axle that I'm going to replace it with has drum brakes on it, and I want to keep the disc brakes that the vehicle already has, you know. So I have to take the disc hole off, you know, completely from the axle, then take all the drum brake hardware off of the other axle and then switch them out. It's the same factory part, so you know it's all interchangeable, but tearing it all down sucks. Luckily I don't have to fuck with the drums, I'm just gonna toss them. I hate messing with drum brakes, man, I do. Man, I always wanted to get a pack of them Acme rockets to put up, and the Acme Thundercrackers too. But I got KV gave me one, and I kept it. I want to get all the cartoon shit. But I know there's a lot of it though. Some stuff just gets known for having a high failure rate. I've been getting so bored lately, I'm thinking about making model rockets again and stuff, and I haven't made those in, you know, a long time. Yeah, it's not that, man. I mean, it did take me a while. I'm not ashamed to say it, to get the hang of doing drum brakes. I'll always have to do it while I'm looking at the manual, because I'd always forget where the friggin' springs hook to. But then I just got to where I hated it, because it's nasty, it's dirty, everything's corroded and shit most of the times around here anyway, with the winters and stuff and the saltings of the road and all that. But usually you have to just replace everything, all the springs. Extra pain in the ass. I prefer, I mean, I don't know about performance really, because the drum brakes felt just as good as the disc in my opinion, if not better, in that vehicle. But discs are a lot easier to change. I could slap on a set of pads in no time. You know, the hardest part of that's getting the friggin' tire off. By the way, which was a major obstacle, which really pissed me off the get-go, dude. First thing I go to do is get the tires off, and I didn't notice somebody put them on there ridiculously tight, because they were the same tires that's been on there since I got the vehicle. And I took the jack kit out because I knew I had the tire tool that would fit the lug nuts, you know. I wanted to get the exact size on there, so I used the original tool. Sons of bitches are on there so tight that I broke the tool that, you know, come with the car, so that's no good. I put a ratchet on there, broke a ratchet, put a cheater bar on a bigger ratchet, and it finally got it, but it got 4 out of 5. And then the 5th lug nut was some lug nut that somebody put on there that didn't match the vehicle, and it was cross-threaded to hell and back and rusted on, because it wasn't, you know, chrome. It's just a regular steel nut, more or less. You'd been better off with no friggin' lug nut. But I broke another ratchet with that, getting that off. This is just getting the friggin' tire off, man. I'm like, son of a bitch. But I haven't done anything to this vehicle, so it won't be jacked up like that anymore. But whoever cranked them lug nuts on there, put them on there ridiculously tight. I mean, I weigh over 200 pounds, and I'm standing on the end of a cheater bar, and I'm bouncing up in the air, and it ain't doing shit. I finally, the nut got stripped out so bad, I thought I was going to have to cut it off. I just beat a smaller socket on it with a friggin' hammer, got it out with a friction kind of a grip. I got a tool set for just that, you know, some of them easy outs and shit for lug nuts. I got 2 or 3 of those kits, but I don't know where they're at. So I just improvised and beat a socket on there, and it worked finally. It gave loose, but I was like, son of a bitch, why does it have to start by kicking me in the balls? Dude, it's not me. It's not my fault that I'm breaking the tools. I mean, it actually is, but, you know, they're Stanley wrenches, and I think I broke a couple Craftsman. I mean, they wasn't nothing exactly shitty quality, but not great quality, you know. And, actually, I got my older Craftsman out, and they got it, you know, the job done without breaking, but the modern stuff just can't do it. I snapped one off right at the friggin' head of the ratchet itself, which I'm like, okay, you know, ratchet gone, but where it snapped off, I can't get my friggin' extension off of it. I'm gonna have to pry some bitch off. Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by, Pyro. It was good talking to you again, bro. Be careful with those fireworks, man. Oh shit. I don't even know. I think it's because everybody hates PT Cruisers so much. It makes me feel sorry for the car, and I like it. Plus, when I was a kid, I always wanted one of those 1950 panel vans, like one of the delivery wagons that you would see that the surfers and shit would do up. I didn't really want it done up surf style. It's just, you know, the kind of panel van I'm talking about, Power Dude, you know, classic cars. And I always liked those when I was a kid, so I think that's why I like the PT Cruisers, even though they don't look, you know, as good as those, but there is a resemblance. That's kind of what they were shooting for. But the cars get such a bad rap. And I mean, they're not the greatest cars, but they're also not disposable like a lot of people say either. They're just, you have to be dedicated when you're working on a PT Cruiser, because Chrysler cuts corners and makes shit as cheap as possible, and some of their engineering choices just makes me shake my friggin' head. I'm like, why would you do this? There's no point in making a part like this unless you intentionally intend it to fail. I mean, it's set up for failure from the factory, and just by looking at it, you know, I can tell this, and they bound to know that. It's shit like that bothers me. It's like that new Dodge truck I had. I had to rebuild the transmission at 73,000 miles. And I got that job accomplished after I had to wait weeks for parts, shit like that. I spent those weeks watching videos on how to rebuild the transmission. And finally, when the parts got here and I got under the truck, I felt like I had done it several times, you know, because I really studied these videos. And it worked out great after that, but you should not have to rebuild your transmission at 73,000 unless you're dogging it. And I babied the truck, I did, because I bought it off my granddad, but it was just a horrible piece of shit. That thing got 10 miles a gallon when it was new off the lot, dude. 10 miles a gallon for a 318. With fuel injection. I mean, I don't even know how you could waste that much fuel with a V8. I mean, it's insane. But that was off the lot. Like, gas mileage gets worse as your vehicle ages, so God knows. I did have a weird experience, dude, I want to tell you about. It's kind of funny. Still weird to this day. My truck, when I bought it off my grandpa, he didn't have any remote start or anything like that. It just had the key and the key fob, right, to open and lock the doors and alarm and shit like that. And I'm going home one night from my buddies or a chick, I don't remember what it was, but I was ripped and I was really paranoid about driving, so I was like, shit, I'm gonna stop at Walmart, because it's kind of like what we would do around here when we were high, just walk around Walmart. Plus I had to get some groceries and shit anyway. And I went in there and I shopped around and got my stuff, and I'm walking towards my truck, dude, and I'm like, oh shit, my truck is running, because I had a shit, not MagnaFlow, but oh shit, I can't remember what it was. Sounded good. I did have a nice exhaust system on it and shit. 311050, so I try to make it a nice truck. Can't remember the sound of that exhaust. It'll come to me in a minute. I used to buy it all the time. Flowmasters, yeah, Flowmasters, I think. But it was running, and I was like, oh. The keys were in my pocket, and I'm like, how the hell can my truck be sitting there locked and running? And I unlocked my truck with the key fob and everything like that and sat down, and the ignition is turned off, but my truck is sitting there fucking running with the ignition turned off. And that was fucking, I thought it was me there for a minute. I was like, oh shit, I am too ripped to drive. I left the keys in the truck locked running, but no, my keys were safely in my fucking pocket. I guess somebody else must have had a remote start and my truck had it and I didn't even know it, because it started it. It was very strange. The only thing I can figure is the truck just randomly started itself. I put it in gear with the ignition turned off. I just wanted to see if I could drive off with it, and I drove like 8 miles all the way home with the ignition turned off. Steering shouldn't have been locked, but it wasn't. Very strange. I have another funny story. My brother at one point had a really nice Ford truck. It was a Ranger, really nice one too. And he sold it for some reason. I don't remember, he had his reasons, but he sold it to a cousin of ours. And he said he was, I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was going down the road and something, I don't know if he lost his brakes or what have you, but he turned the truck off and locked the steering while he was going down the road, and went straight off the road and slammed into a friggin' tree. Like the day or like a little bit after he bought the truck. But that cousin done so many drugs and shit, it was hard to tell what happened. But yeah, he just turned his key off and locked his steering up. It was, oh, that would be bad. Waste doing like 25 or 30. Oh shit. Damn, dude. Come back on, let me know if everything's alright if you can. That sucks. Oh man.
Welcome, child. Goddess speed.
Hell, you wasn't even letting off any fireworks, was you? I think he gets blamed now for all of them in the entire neighborhood. Damn, it's, well, you're on the East Coast, 3 hours behind. It's like, what, almost 2 o'clock here? Like 11 there? Cop showing up at 11, never a good thing. It's Well, that's a hell of a way to end on that. Okay, alright. Didn't get swatted or some crazy shit. I've seen that happen before. I don't even know if there's anybody still here, or I'm talking to myself probably. You can spend most of your time grinding in this game just to go to the higher levels, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a good little distraction or time killer, but all in all, not much of a game, in my opinion. It looks good though. I like the art style and stuff, but it might just be the nostalgia speaking.
Child's play!
Everybody's gone. Everything happened. Somebody here? If there's somebody here, say hello. Don't be shy. Be lucky indeed. Fortunate that my neighbor finally calmed down.
Let's see what we can do.
But he has been telling me for a while he gets the blame for everything that happens in the neighborhood now if it sounds like a firework.
Success!
And make up as a firework.
Do come again.
Oh no.
Welcome, welcome!
Stuff like that can make a person incredibly angry fighting with a neighbor.
Please. Farewell for now.
And what can I do for you? Ready?
Huh, I don't have any of the materials.
Do come again.
That puts a damper on things. Huh. A lot of strange noises here. Thanks, man. never came back. What's up, what's up, what's up? Anybody still here? Is this thing still on? I got talking to my brother a couple rooms away. I'm worried about Pyro dude. He said the cops showed up because of my fireworks. Dogs, calm down. Better shut the stream down. Puppies.